Imagine sitting in a dark theater, popcorn in your lap, and that weird feeling creeping in, like something is watching you from the corner of the room. That's the kind of mood Iron Lung wants to trap you inside, not just scare you, trap you, like a nightmare you can't blink out of. And the real question is, does it actually succeed? Or is this one of those movies that's more hype than horror? Because let me be honest with you, when I first heard about Iron Lung, I thought, okay, another horror movie based on a game. We've seen this story before. Half the time, it's amazing. The other half, it's like watching someone try to explain a meme from 2014. Painful. But Iron Lung is different. It doesn't feel like it's trying to be the next big jump scare roller coaster. It feels like it's trying to crawl under your skin and just live there. And that's where things get interesting. Iron Lung is built on one of the simplest but most terrifying ideas possible. You're stuck, alone, deep underwater, in a tiny metal coffin of a submarine, and outside, a red ocean that doesn't make sense, a world that feels wrong. And the movie takes that claustrophobic concept and turns it into a psychological pressure cooker. Now, before we go deeper, if you love horror that messes with your brain more than it throws monsters at your face, you might want to stick around. And hey, if you enjoy movie reviews that feel like a late-night conversation with a friend who's slightly too excited about trauma on screen, hit like and subscribe. Seriously, it helps more than you think. So let's talk about what Iron Lung actually is.
At its core, Iron Lung isn't about monsters. It's about isolation. It's about dread. It's about that terrifying silence when you realize nobody is coming to save you. The movie drops you into a world that already feels broken. Humanity is desperate. The universe is cruel. And then you meet our main character, basically forced into this underwater mission like some kind of cosmic punishment. And you can feel it immediately. This isn't an adventure. This is a sentence. The submarine itself becomes a character. The walls feel too close. The air feels heavy. Every creak sounds like a warning. The movie is smart enough to understand that the scariest thing isn't always what you see. It's what you imagine. Because when you're trapped in darkness, your brain becomes the monster factory. Iron Lung plays with that beautifully. There's this constant tension, like the movie is holding its breath. You're waiting for something to happen, but you don't even know what. And that's the psychological brilliance here. It's not predictable fear. It's uncomfortable fear.
Ow.
The kind that makes you shift in your seat and whisper, okay, I don't like this.
And I mean that in the best way. But let's address the big question. Is it worth the ticket? Here's where it gets complicated. Iron Lung is not a movie for everyone. If you want fast-paced horror with constant action, you might get impatient. This movie is slow, but not boring. Slow like a storm building on the horizon. Slow like hearing footsteps upstairs when you live alone. The pacing is deliberate. It wants you to feel the isolation. It wants you to feel time stretching. And honestly, that's either going to completely immerse you or drive you crazy. For me, it worked, because a slow burn makes the moments of intensity hit harder. When something finally happens, your nerves are already fried. You're already vulnerable. The movie has basically hypnotized you into fear, and that's impressive. Now let's talk about the atmosphere, because Iron Lung absolutely nails atmosphere. The visuals are grimy, dark, industrial. Everything looks wet and rusted and hopeless. The red ocean outside feels like a nightmare painting. And the sound design, oh my god, the sound design. This movie understands sound like a horror weapon. The silence is loud. The mechanical groans are unsettling. The distant echoes make you feel like something is out there, just beyond your perception. And that's the thing. Iron Lung doesn't show you too much. It teases, it suggests, it lets your imagination fill in the gaps. And your imagination is always scarier than CGI. There's also this emotional undercurrent that surprised me. Beneath the horror, there's sadness, there's desperation. There's this feeling of a person confronting their own insignificance. Because imagine being alone in that submarine. No sunlight, no escape, just you, your thoughts, and the crushing weight of the unknown outside. That's not just scary, that's existential. And the movie leans into that. Now, I have to mention the performances, because with a story this contained, the acting matters a lot. And thankfully, it works. The main character feels believable. You can see the fear behind their eyes, the exhaustion, the slow unraveling. It's not overdubbed screaming horror acting, it's quiet panic. The kind of panic you feel when you're trying not to lose it, and that subtlety makes it more real. But okay, let's be funny for a second, because watching this movie made me realize something. Humans are hilarious. Like, why are we always doing this? Why are we always like, Hey, let's go into the dark, unknown place where everyone dies. Great plan. Love that for us. Iron Lung is basically the universe saying, curiosity killed the cat, and then it locked the cat in a submarine. And yet, you can't look away. Now, does the movie have flaws? Yes. Sometimes the slow pacing borders on too slow. There are moments where you feel like, okay, I get it. It's dark and scary. Can we move? And a few story beats feel intentionally vague, which might frustrate people who want clearer answers. But honestly, the vagueness is part of the horror. The unknown is the point, and the ending. Without spoiling, the ending is the kind of ending that will either haunt you or annoy you. It's not a neat bow, it's more like a door left slightly open in the dark. Personally, I loved that, because Iron Lung isn't trying to comfort you, it's trying to disturb you. So, is it ticket worth it? If you're a horror fan who loves psychological dread, claustrophobic tension, and atmospheric storytelling, yes, absolutely. This is the kind of movie you experience, not just watch. But if you want a crowd-pleasing horror blockbuster with constant thrills, you might want to wait for streaming. Iron Lung is niche. It's intense, it's weird, it's emotional in a quiet, suffocating way. And honestly, that's what makes it special. Because horror isn't always about monsters. Sometimes horror is about being alone with your mind. And Iron Lung understands that perfectly. So if you decide to buy that ticket, just know you're not signing up for a fun little scare. You're signing up for a descent. And when the lights come back on, you might still feel like you're underwater. If you enjoyed this review, seriously, drop a comment. Tell me, would you survive in that submarine? Or would you be the person crying in the corner after 5 minutes? No shame, I'd probably last 7. And don't forget to subscribe, because we're diving into more dark, twisted stories very soon. Until then, breathe easy, because the ocean is deeper than you think.